So today I'm going to be showing you how to make some roasted tempeh bites. So this is basically just a side dish. So it's mostly made of tempeh. We put a bit of sort of marinade on it and it just gets cooked in the oven, hence the roasted bit. So just a few ingredients in this, very simple stuff. Easy to adjust if you want to change up the flavors a bit, but basically that's about it. So let's get started. Okay, start with 300 grams of tempeh and slice it up into bite-sized pieces. So you can cut them into any sort of shape you like. They just need to be sort of thin and bite-sized. Okay, so I've cut that into small triangles here. They're about 1 centimeter thick. That's what you want to go for to soak in the juices nicely. Any sort of size is pretty much fine. Okay, so now to make the sort of marinade that goes with it. So start with a bowl. Put in 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Okay, just mix that together. Alright, that's all combined. So now put in about a pinch of salt. And if you like, a pinch of chili powder. Mix that. So you can just sort of adjust the salt and chili powder according to your taste, or you can skip them all together. Doesn't make much of a difference. That's about it. So what you need to do now is put the tempeh pieces in. And just make sure the coats are all over. Okay, they're coated all over. So, if you want like a more intense flavour, you can leave these to marinate for a few hours, but it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it matters a bit. The longer you marinate, the more flavour will come into it, but if you want to make things fast, you can just go ahead and start cooking this right now. So what we're going to do now is take a tray, got a cooking tray here, and just put the tempeh on. Right, that's all on. With leftover sauce, just pour it over the top. One thing to note here, you can see all the sort of nut pieces and stuff. If you want, you can go for smooth peanut butter so you don't get the nuts, or you can go for a different kind of nut butter, or some other sort of creamy textured spread of some sort if you don't eat nuts. But I go for the crunchy peanut butter because it's good to have the pieces of nuts. Makes it more interesting. Alright, so that's about that. So what you need to do now is cook this in a 200-degree oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. So it's really sort of like up to you how long you want to cook it for. I mean, it just depends. After 20 minutes, it should be hot enough to eat. But if you leave it a bit longer, it can sort of like caramelize a little bit more because of the maple syrup in there. So it's up to you how long you cook it for. But 200 degrees, 20 to 30 minutes should about do it. So there is the roasted tempeh bites finished up. I've served it out into a serving tray here because it's a side dish, so you put it with any sort of other accompaniments you want to put it with. It would go good as sort of like a meat substitute for sandwiches or whatever you like, because it is pretty good like that. So this isn't crispy, even though it looks crispy. It's not crispy because we've used a fairly thick sort of paste. If you want it to be crispy, you will have to just cook it for longer, or possibly even cook it under a grill. That would make it sort of crispy if you want to go for a crispiness. Otherwise, it is nice like this. Like I said, ideally this makes a good meat replacer, or like what it is, makes a good side dish. You can also eat it on its own if you like. You can put a bit more salt and chili on if you think it needs a bit more salt and chili. It doesn't really need it, but if you want to put that on, that's fine. But otherwise, that's about all there is to it. So enjoy.